엄마 나 손. 엄마 나 손 좀 봐요.
Oi, oi, oi. So, die Hände, die mit dem Bad waschen. Die Hände waschst du schon als erstes.
뭐.
Karotten. Nein, ist keine Banane, das sind Karotten. Mit kleinen Maschinen, putzen.
가족 내려와. 사자랑 호랑이가 있구나.
엄마 사자는?
잘 돼. 쉴도스를 킬게요. 무서운 데서 싹.
Schau. Da schau.
와, 잘 stinkt.
Ja.
En noderade maken. Kan vi schauen. Ja, das ist ja gleich Käse. Jetzt kannst du noch laufen. Ja, bravo, jetzt kannst du es ganz alleine. Warte. Langsam. Bravo. Ah, pass nicht die Finger einziehen, ja? Jetzt kannst du.
나 먼저 볼래.
Kannst du mitmachen? Wir müssen jetzt kurz warten und zur Not können wir weiter.
너가 가야 할 게 아니야. 너가 가야 해.
Asa?
누가 뛰어가는데?
엄마 아빠는 그냥 깜짝 부모님이다.
아니,
맑은 우유.
ja, es ist
아, 오케이. Aber das
wirkt. Ich glaube, ich habe schon
dann gibt es auch Minori Samgyeopsal.
gesprochen mit meiner
Ah, wirklich?
Ja, voll komisch. Und dann eben. Spaß. Ja, ich bin die beste Ambition.
Felix Special Bubble Tea Gungcha Drink.
Wow.
Bubble Milk Tea mit Bubbles, Taro Bubbles und Tapioca Pearls und dann Taro Pearls und dann Taro Sirup und Taro Creme.
Let's go and check it out.
Kann man seine Stimme.
This is Felix.
Das ist seine Stimme.
Ah,
Felix Pink.
Felix Pink.
Nice.
Nice. With this Australian accent. Nice.
got a new, here it is, hairdryer. Look at this diffuser. It's the biggest in the market and it took me literally 1 year. 1 year to buy a diffuser, hairdryer. I was doing so much research and by that time, like until 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, I really wanted to buy the Dyson and I did so much research and I ended up deciding to buy it in Italy because the attachments, like there's the curly, wavy curly hair version with the attachment like with the diffuser and so on, and they don't have that set in Korea obviously. 3 weeks ago I was thinking like, let me order it right now on the website and let me ship it to my mom's house so that when I arrive, I already have it, you know, and in the meantime, my sister can try it out and so on. Then I started to dig a little bit deeper and then I realized that it's not that good. I mean, it's perfect. It's like the best, let's say, hairdryer out there, but it's much better if you are blowout or like if you want to straighten your hair. That's a thing that I never do. I straighten my hair or I do like that blowout maybe once or twice a year. In the last year I ended up doing that twice. Once because I was just curious to see how long my hair is, and the other time it was just for a model job because they wanted me to have straight hair. Every time when I have my hair straightened, I just realize how much it breaks and how much damage there is in just that 1 week where my hair is actually straight. I'm always careful about sweating and so on. Way too much hair damage and way too much stress for me than to just, you know, do my natural curls. And so I realized I need a good diffuser, and yeah, this one from Smith is the one that I decided to get because it's like the biggest diffuser out there. Now I'm really looking forward to try it out. I tried it out yesterday, but I didn't do, you know, like this whole hair routine. Also, this is one thing that I've learned in the last couple of months, that this is the only way that helps me to have tangled free hair for 1 full week. When I just simply add a curl cream and don't do that section by section thing that I'm currently doing now, it looks nice and very natural for 1 day, but when I sleep the next day it's tangled. And yes, I use the bonnet, but with this procedure here the curls look much more defined. Maybe they don't look exactly how like my supernatural curls are because my natural curls are not that defined. That said, let me just add something, a little bit of an update about my hair product. It's going well. What I realized the most challenging thing is giving you updates actually about this product because we're making something totally new that's not out there. So the problem is I cannot leak too much information. So I'm trying to be as careful as possible, but I still want you to know like what's going on. We are meeting every week with the brand that I'm working with. We are testing, I'm testing every week new samples because I always have something to say about it. The final product isn't there yet, like the final like recipe, but we are on a good point because everything needs to be settled before I go to Italy so that the actual production process can be done while I'm not in Korea. We do have our star ingredient. I cannot tell you that now yet, but it's something very unique and I'm so excited about it. Let me continue doing this because it will take a long time and then I'm gonna try my new hairdryer. 이렇게 프로젝트 볼 수 있어요. So you can make this picture. 이거 TV야. TV. Let's go.
어떤 MBTI이시나요? 아, 처음 확실히. 먼저 드신 다음에 입안에 절기가 남아있을 때 드링크 드시면 됩니다.
영어 하나만 있으면.
This stop is Gangnam Station. 편하게 버스 타고 내리는 시는 스마트한 웰뱅을 하나로 다양한 금융 서비스를 웰컴하세요. Welcome to Welcome.